We were, as Claude Hopkins would say, we were entering the conversation that they were already having in their head because we understood their particular problem. And what we know is that if you can articulate your particular client's problem because you understand it as well, if not better than what they can, they will automatically associate you with having the solution to their problem.
Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 279. And today, I'm going to explain to you how my trades client went from 60% booked to 100% booked in 4 months. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what we did step by step so that you, if you aren't at 100% capacity and you want to be at 100% capacity in your trades and construction business or just in your business in general, how you can go about doing it. So the last thing that you want in your business, be it a trades and construction business like the one that I'm just about to tell you about, or just your normal business in general, last thing that you want is for your team standing around twiddling their thumbs, or probably more appropriate today, just staring at their phones and scrolling. Even worse is accepting less than ideal work with less than ideal clients for little or no profit, just so that you can not have guys standing around twiddling their thumbs or scrolling their phones. So in the words of Chris Rock, just don't do it. So how do we avoid that? Well, let me tell you what we did. So step one. So he came to me, he wanted more work. He was making outbound calls, but he was not getting any traction. He was getting very, very low success rate. And it came down to a lot of things. Probably the majority was he just didn't really have a very compelling message. They were, like a lot of trades and construction clients that I deal with, great at what they do, lots of success stories, proven track record working with a specific type client, but they were keeping all of that a secret. They weren't really projecting that as a compelling reason why people should do business with them or why more of their target clients should do business with them. They just weren't talking about it. So step one, we optimized his existing ecosystem, sales ecosystem. And what I mean by that are things like outstanding quotes, like probably the average number of follow-ups that I would have a client tell me they do with a quote that they've presented, but the client hasn't confirmed, would be about 2. So we looked at all of those outstanding quotes. We made sure that there weren't any of those people that were actually still interested in going ahead. So we got in contact with them. We used a combination of phone and email. We asked existing clients for referrals. We went back to lapsed clients that hadn't done anything for a while and asked them if they were interested in re-engaging with us. We followed up on enquiries that hadn't got to quoting stage. So this is all the easiest business to convert in your business. It's not very sexy, but it's sitting there right under your nose, and you can cause a big spike in your results just by looking at those areas that I've just outlined. So step one, we optimized his existing ecosystem. Step two, we got super clear on who he wanted to target. Now, just because you want to target a particular type client, it doesn't mean that they're going to be receptive. So the first thing we did is we modeled it off the clients that he already had that were spending money consistently with him and that he had a proven track record of helping. And so we targeted those people. We targeted more of those people. And that made step 3 a lot easier because we were able to get super clear with our messaging because he had dealt with a lot of those particular targets before, that they were strata building owners. We knew what the problems, the reoccurring problems were, and we also knew what the problems were that the actual buyers aren't aware of, that are often the things that they're not aware of and the things that they overlook. So we were able to get super clear on our messaging because we were able to use the language that those people are using with themselves. We were, as Claude Hopkins would say, we were entering the conversation that they were already having in their head because we understood their particular problem. And what we know is that if you can articulate your particular client's problem because you understand it as well, if not better than what they can, they will automatically associate you with having the solution to their problem. So we got super clear on our messaging. We looked at timing. We looked at a specific set of problems that we knew target clients were going to have that were seasonal. And we made sure that our messaging was consistent with those particular problems that were time-based and that had the highest likelihood of getting the attention of the people that we were targeting. And so step 4, we created a foot in the door offer. So we looked at an easy first step, an assessment on each building for a fixed, easy to say yes to fee. This meant that we had something that was easy to say yes to as a next step, even if this particular manager of this particular builder already had an existing person that they were dealing with to deal with this particular problem. So we had a really easy to say yes to a foot in the door offer. And then step 5, we took consistent action. So not massive chunks of outbound activity. I was dealing with the business owner, and he, as you can imagine, had other things to do than just outbound contact and responding to inquiries. Just consistent daily outbound activity and consistent messaging with new inquiries that was also timely. So as I'm sure you've heard me talk about before, if you get back to people quickly, if you continue that dialogue and continue engaging them, you are so much more likely to convert them. So not massive chunks of outbound activity, just consistent daily outbound activity and consistently replying to messaging and new inquiries that he was getting, having a clear understanding on the buying signals and what the next steps were, and to fine-tune the messaging as people responded. And one of the things I do with my clients is if they have got an email that they're not quite sure how to respond to, they email me and I can get back to them like typically within about, no more than probably an hour or two to give them a specific next step so that they can get back to people quicker. They don't have to wait for our weekly catch-up. They can get answers to questions that they are going to have as they implement what it is that we are doing. So I also helped him fine-tune his messaging as people responded. I coached him daily on how to respond and keep the engagement and the dialogue flowing to maximize conversations. And as a result, he went from initially 60 to 90% capacity, and now he is at 100% capacity, and he's just about to invest in some more infrastructure and some more people so that he can actually open up some more capacity. So that's what we've been able to help him to do. And he's got some fantastic bookings from some really good clients. And it has really simply been through following that process. So if you would like some help with this, the best place to start is with a sales process audit. You can check it out at www.jblakerx.com. And that is where you can register your sales process diagnostic for a couple of $100. It's a very, very simple place, an easy place to start. Off the back of that, you will be given 3 fixes for your current situation, exactly what it is that we need to focus on to increase your capacity, make sure that you're converting the highest number of inquiries into paying clients, and help you to have the systems in place so that when you hire more people, you will have a proven sales framework that you can teach them so that they can continue to help you grow. So, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will chat to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies and maximize your sales process with new episodes every other week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive, free, no fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.